I did not in fact start. Whoops. There we go. Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. I did not start the music, did I? Anyway, hi there, another quick hi the generic person, hi there, Adrian. I was waiting for today's stream, you were waiting? Any specific reason, or just to say day 50... I don't remember which day would be at this point. 57, there we go. Hello everyone. How are you all doing? So, this is the blue channel, this is the blue stream, and you know what that means. That means we're gonna be doing something practical, but I would like to divide it in a bit more of a reasonable fashion, you see, because I can't just switch on the camera right now, and the camera is not going to work. That is reasonable, because I actually need to plug it in order for it to work. That does tend to happen. There we go. Now it's going to work, and yeah, we will just finish up the timer. Well, timer, I don't know what to call it. It's meant to be a warm-up. That's because the actual parts we're waiting for arrived, and it's kind of silly that the thing that was supposed to be a warm-up exercise for those parts has arrived, and I haven't finished the warm-up yet. It's ridiculous. I have a cross-country meet tomorrow, and my ankle hurts. Oof. Cross-country meet tomorrow? What does that mean? Well, you're going to meet someone across the country. I mean, because in that case, I mean, you know, trains, so could always be worse. Friend who snaps and is that I know you have. Decided that for your live cars, fuck. You did mention it was a tower region, but I can see how an upside down tower would look good. Anyway, before we go anywhere, no point in wasting time. I don't like the idea of wasting time, so let me just really quickly first let me just really quickly set up an animation that we can render in the background so that we're not wasting time. This is what it looks like, and oh geez, I have just absolutely am using all of my Blender skills for this. I'm gonna go to sleep, I want to say hi. Alright, Adrian, bye, have a good one, good night. Good night, have a good one. And in this case, what I would like to do is, this I imagine go to 0, but the difference being that this time, or minus 15 I suppose, but this time it will move to a different place, because this time still moving left, it will move right, like so. And actually this could be a bit longer, 325 for example. There we go. And then this is so confusing. I'm just spending so much time recently in Blender making all these animations that it's becoming confusing. Because I'm putting way too much effort into them. And then once I, like, look at this, look at this, look at this, right here. Do you know what this means? Well, probably not, but still, even I wouldn't. It's quite wacky. It took me a really long time to get the mathematics for this right, by the way. But effectively, you know what, screw it. I spent a lot of time on it. I deserve this, I'm gonna explain. Right here I have these curves, right? And what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a wave that goes along the curve. But the issue is that when you have a wave, okay, then if you want a normal wave, that's simple. If you have a line, then all you need to do is sample its x position, right? So let's say it would start at 0 and at 1. Then you can take that x position, multiply it by k, some kind of arbitrary variable, and then you can plug that inside of a sine. Simple as it could be. And then what you're gonna get is you're gonna take this, you're gonna set this to be height. So the y coordinate, which would be the height in this case, you set it equal to this equation, and then there we go. You get a wave. As you change the k, the wave number changes, so the frequency changes. It will be simple. But in this case, if you have it on a curve, then what you need to do is you need to normalize it, which means that you need to figure out what is basically the left and right direction. In this case, the left and right direction would be described by a vector of 1, 0, 0, because just x. But in this case, the left-right direction would be 0, 1, 0. And in this case, it would be something like 0 0.5, 0 0.5, 0. And you need to figure out at each point exactly how much that is. And then you need to take that, and based on this, you need to figure out what to multiply by what. And that's what I'm doing here. It's honestly really confusing. Really confusing, but I'm pretty certain it should be working, which means if I switch this from cable 0 to cable 1, then there, behold. Oh, that is broken. Why are you like this? That is not a good looking wave. Oh, it's rotated by, I'm sorry, what now? It's first going up and down and only then sideways. Oh, the normals of this are proper messed up. I'm sorry, why? Damn it, I was really hoping that would help. Shucks. That is not great. Is there a way to, like, I honestly don't know why is the way it is. It's just broken. Which sucks. Because I don't want to fix it. It took an exhaustingly long time to make this thing, and today on stream I was supposed to do something different. Doesn't it at least look good in movement? I mean, and also after the amplifier. Damn it! This is turning into work stream. It's not meant to be a work stream. It's meant to be everything but a work stream. It's meant to be... Damn it. Then once it passes a certain point... it's always something. Brightness, alright, position. And let's then separate x, y, z, y coordinate, math, greater than. Am I thinking about this right? Oh, you're judging me. How does it not? That is very much why. Oh wait, it's negative. There we go, found it. Okay. So we want it to be less than. Couldn't you find the derivative for the original line? Then multiply dxd of the cycle wave by the old drop, and then the new wave by. Oh, I'm sorry. What now? Okay, a couple of problems there with that suggestion. Multiply this by 5, and let's add 1. Multiply by 10 even. Ah, screw it. 30. We can. Couple of problems with that suggestion. First things first, there is no algorithmic way to solve a derivative, which means that if you have an arbitrary function f, you cannot actually get a computer to give you the derivative of f, as convenient as that would be. There was another visualization I did recently in which I needed a gradient, so I basically, instead of getting the derivative, I have to like compute it, which is significantly slower and at the same time significantly less accurate. Then, could you find the dy dx of the original line? That's not quite right either, because what you have to remember about curves is that they're not functions. So functions have this property where basically each x has a unique y, or at least they should. But when it comes to curves, they can be going in loop-de-loops. So we don't really have dy dx, because normally, what would be the dy dx? Like, normally the slope of this point right here and this point right here would be the same, despite this one going this direction and this one going this direction. Slope doesn't recognize the direction it's going in, because normally the direction is, well, the same. But in these two scenarios, this should be different. because the wave right here should go like this, whilst right here it should go, oh wait, the same. Basically I want it to go like this, right? This side starts, this peak, like this, there we go. So you get it, like, if you have two lines, they have the same slope, but the direction changes. So a wave like this would look, wait no, because I wrote the arrow wrong. There we go, this is what the direction should look like. Depending on the direction, the wave should be mirrored effectively. It's tricky, isn't it? But instead, there is a solution. You could have the x and y values of the original be like a parametric function, though, couldn't you? Parametric function. I mean, you could have something like this theoretically. X, y is equal to 0, if that's what you're saying. Ah, what's a parametric function? I'm not a mathematician. I just play one on TV. Oh, so you mean like this? Wait, did I get that right? Yeah, I genuinely cannot tell. Either this notation is really wacky or I did get this right. Because normally that's how I'm familiar with defining functions and multiple variables in a plane. Yeah, okay. Well, yes, normally, yeah, you can. You can describe a function as a parametric. You can describe a curve as a parametric function. However, there is no algorithm for it, at least not that I'm aware of. Maybe there is something. Actually, there might be something. Fourier transforms, it feels like it would be possible. But that's simply because Fourier is magic, so that could be the reason why it feels like it would be possible. Might not actually be possible. Oh well. Did I get the animation by now? Hold on. Oh, and we can add one last thing, which is where's my beloved? Huh? What happened to my waves? Hold on. Because I want this to look right. So where are my waves? No, it's not gonna be it. Send initial sound 1. This, copy, paste. Go, and you some keyframes, which I would very much like to move. But then, since once again I want it to look right, this is where they need to start, and the end they should be gone. But the key difference is that they should have increased this to like 40 and then 60. If you don't see what I'm like, oh, it's a mess. There are so many things. Nope, wrong keyframe. This is the right keyframe. There we go. I like it. Render, brilliant, splendid. Back to the grindstone. I'm really thrilled about one thing. I know that may be boring to all of you folk out there, but I got a mango. I love mangoes, and this is the... Well, I got 2 mangoes actually, and that mango was the first mango I've eaten in years because they are so goddamn expensive. But recently there's been a discount on mangoes in the store where I shop, which is incredibly rare, you know? They're exotic. Normally these don't really get a discount. There, that's the end of my banter. Another thing, I also removed the pins from the 7 segment display because we're gonna solve it with pins. The Tefta's trick for getting rid of pins is incredible. It worked wonders. It worked on the first try. Absolutely astonishing. Okay. Now let's play some going crazy music. And let's go crazy. Alright. The soldering iron is healing up. Brilliant. Time to get to work. Now, first the obvious points, right? What we'll deal with. VCC and ground should be easy enough. We would ideally like to get the common ground for, well, not common ground obviously, but common voltage for all of them. For simplicity's sake. If nothing else. Come on, get in. And it just hit me how even after this, there's still going to be the audio amplifier. Even after this, there's still going to be the audio amplifier to add. And the speaker. Absolutely unnecessary. Splendid, splendid. I think, honestly, I kind of screwed myself over with poor planning. Because if I've planned it better, then I would have much easier access to the USB on the Raspberry Pi. And then I wouldn't need to go past all the cables. But fair is fair, the most annoying cables are only place for it. Because at this point, all we effectively need is a power cable going across and ground cable going across. Well, no, actually, ground cable doesn't even need to go across. How convenient. Okay. If this will go like this. Yeah. It's gonna be pretty short. That is way too long, wait. Half the length at most. Okay, give me. There we go. This live stream is gonna be, you know what I just realized? This live stream is gonna be way too dry if I just sit here in, well, perceived silence. Almost said sadness. Too many S words in my head because Stupendium is what I was gonna suggest. Let's play some Stupendium! Okay, charity and also music by Stupendium. And then I'm going to Stupendium. The I'm going to just play This is Stipendium. Just a random mix. Surprise, surprise, she's late again. Club she wants me in, don't think I've ever raised a pen. I'd consider it sure, no fun of literature. Books with less pictures than words make me. Why, hey, they promise cupcakes, so it's a chance they'll take. Okay, I think I'll stay. The issue in this case is that this is actually going to be slightly tricky, to say the least, but only slightly. Swear I won't leave them hanging. It's a joke about the game. Never played the game, but every single song about it includes a mandatory at least one pun about suicide. Okay. I want this cable right here from the oscilloscope. It's really in the way. Solid. Ideally, we'd actually like to trim it some more. Oh, brilliant move, make it. Absolutely brilliant. Because now what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to remove jacket from the cable that's already soldered. Mess up. And you're gonna have a good time. Stuff. Say okay. I come along for just one day. Make it. I think I'm the only one here again. There are 2 viewers here. Inadequate duck. I don't know what to. Damn it! See, I snapped the cable. That's on you. That's on you, inadequate duck. I still love you. Yeah, so what? There might be just 2 viewers. That happens. Brings me back to my old days, you know, all those dark, dark times. We can make it if we... we can make it if we try. We can make it. Make... I blame Katsi. Why you blame Katsi? For the wire or for the lack of people watching? Is the music too loud, too quiet? Do you remember when you got your first viewer? On streams? Goodness no. Because that was a really, really long time ago. But I remember first donation. I think it was Yas who did the first donation on stream. It might have been Pizza Ranger, but not entirely certain. First viewer I don't remember because what you have to realize is that most people, at least on the very beginning, were just joining in and then leaving. My goodness, just... What is this made out of? Plastic? Rubber? Make it out of something easy like, I don't know, paper. Cardboard. Why can't we just have cardboard wires, huh? That'd be so much easier to use. Stop making the core of the wire weaker than the entire jacket. It's ridiculous. You're making me look bad. Shucks. Come on. You're embarrassing me. There. Yourself. Now the tricky bit, which is soldering the two. And that's because... Once again, I'm missing 7 more hands. Yep, I've just burned my finger. Ooh, that hurt. Like crazy. This is... the theme song for the game. The Evil... I don't remember what the game was called, but it was like... Tune into your favorite station, perusing news publication. Okay. Something, certainly. Hi, the Cutsy. I'm indeed new. Can you send me the gayest image you have? In general, that would take some finding. The gayest image I have. Oh my goodness, I can look. Hold on. The buffs in general. Oh, why do you want me to look at general? Which general? There are so many generals there. Hold on, I'm looking for a gay. I mean, I have one, but it's not really the gayest. Hold on. Can bisexual be fine? Oh, damn it. The funnel with 2 make it. Which funnel with 2 make it? Hold on. Which channel are you, like, you're talking about? Try Checkup's general? Or the ad channel? There. Anything to tweak up my gay friend? Okay, well, you should have specified before I sent the image. Instructions were very much unclear. Instructions were very... you know what? I screw it. That's it. I stand by what I said. Sent. You really need to be clearer in advance, because that was... That was not what I had you had in mind. Okay, what do I need now? Ground, right. This... that's a pretty good image. So which famous somewhere. This. Actually, right here we could just have it go down like so. Right here, this. But I really need to not fuck up now. Which, you know, no pressure on me. Why would I ever feel pressured by this whole thing? I'm no mere mortal. Mind to tear apart. Home appliance sensation, rewrite your genetic code. I have so many things I need to do. It hits me every now and then. It's exhausting. Ugh. You're not getting paid enough for this shit. Okay. Bendy and the Ink Machine song, if I'm not mistaken. Piss off. You mean to make me the regulator? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Come on, clean yourself up. Katsi, are you trying to, by the way, pick someone up? What you doing there? Just joining in, asking for the gayest image? Well, you said exactly that. Trying to tweak up my gay friend. Good for you. Came out of him and turns out he's also gay. Fucking slay over there. There we go. Is he hot? Is he hot? That's the most important question. Okay, not the most. Shut up. Okay. Oh, this is not bad. This is the single best wine I've soldered. Which sucks because it's just... It's kind of overshadowed by all the other shitty ones. Nah, I messed it up. Instantly. Not my type, but yeah. Ah, damn it. I wouldn't mind kissing you goodnight. Never mind then! Go off. You don't even need your socks on for that then. I'll bend you. No. Why don't you stole to die? Ha ha ha. Oh. I'm fine. Doing sex. I'm cuddling. No, this sucks. Come on. How do you instantly cool this quickly? Fine. Come on. Get off. Ah, alright, I pulled it. There we go. I have to wake up at 7. Holy shit, good night then. I have to wake up at... That's horrible. On a Saturday, right? That's the... I'm losing track of time. That is awful. Inhumane. Good night. Good night. Of home, you're a nomad. Scholar we cold-hearted? When the sun might rise in the morning. Fucking you might not. Why are you always like this? Oh, actually remind me, Frostpunk is actually a great game. See how I get. See, I got see. Why is it the E? Also, make what are you making? I am not making a bomb. I'm not. I am. That's what I'm saying. That. I just tried to have a gay homie for the last 4 hours. Good for you. Oh, I think this is Frostpunk 2. Or at least the second Frostpunk song, because Anime has more than one, and honestly, these cables are not meant to be used the way I'm using them. Are you planning to go on any flights in the future, make it to test out what you're making? It's just a device. No idea what you could be possibly referring to here, because it's just a simple and innocent device. You know, it's the device, trademark pending. Okay. Let's actually have this go up like this. It's still too long. If I had a nickel for every single time I had that, am I right? Okay, get off. This off. There. Okay, not bad. We are going to do it upside down. I would like to say that I have some kind of deep reason for doing this upside down, but we just straight up can, so. Oh. Goodness gracious me, just get in. Stop being such a... being such a prick. There's no other way to say that. There we go. Oh, and you've even landed on the precise why I need to solder you to. You are honestly lovely. I take back everything I said. beautiful. And beautiful. Now, old clock, if I recall correctly, is the mnemonic I made for myself, which means 0, 1, ground, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one, right here, is going to be the clock. Or the clock. Which the clock here? Clock here is on the edge. Which means... Right here I use yellow for the clock, right here I'm gonna use green for the clock, because normally I shouldn't be doing green for the clock. That's what I always did. I just like to be confusing. Not gonna lie, I do not remember this Stipendium song. And so we thought it's not bad. Tune into the madness, that's so classic.
Do you know any good monsters? Did you ever swerve your car at today's top speed of 35 miles an hour into an automobile? Do you ever do the dishes for your wife? I should say not. Mrs. Carter doesn't really mind washing her Teflon-coated pan. New, vital, and fashionable. Fond of children? Well, it's only natural. Yes, you can't get away from it. There are branches everywhere.
Tune into the madness. Slice TV stream. Okay, there, then one. Up you go. Up you go, wiki wiki. There, this, and then right here. Madness. Madness once more. Tune into the madness. Tune in. Madness and core. Get in front of the TV. Sitting comfortably. I killed them. Alright, then this... I don't know if I bent the right shape actually, and the more I think about it, the more wrong the shape gets. Once you learn how to soldier Major... Hey, you can keep calling me Major if you want! What referring to me by a military rank is very appropriate considering the dictatorship-esque status of this community. You're asking me when did I learn how to solder? Because it's as if with most things, I never truly learned, I just kind of started soldering one day. I think it was... Let me think. No, I don't remember how many years ago. Just the first time I've soldered something. I don't even know what I was doing back then. I remember I have the memory of soldering. The first time I've soldered. But I genuinely don't remember what I was soldering back then. So many years ago. Just like you. Okay, this can work. If we solder the other one first, then this can work. Miner would fit the size better. I think Katsi was best to that. I think inadequate duck, you should shut up. Let's get... Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now, this is going to be really tricky. Shit. Okay. Doc, I'm under a lot of pressure, alright? Nightmare, get it? Because this is the name of the game the thing is about. My goodness, how am I gonna solve this genuinely? This requires non-Euclidean geometry. Or I have low expectations for you, J. Oh, but previously you did not the J on top. Fuck, honestly. Like, and to think that I actually respected you, you know? And you do me that dirty. I have feelings, you know? They are abnormal, but I still have them. Oh my goodness, stop rotating. Now I need to heal up again. Prices when you're every nominee. Amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm incredible. But now we need to secure it, so. Also, wouldn't it be better to solder the wires beforehand and then connect them later? What do you mean solder the wires beforehand and then connect them later? The action of me soldering the wires is connecting them. What do you mean? Things you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are unaware of the caliber of discounts vindicated by the presence of the heart-shaped object in your community. So very lucky that you can be investing in the first true product from measuring its favorite 5%. Like to the chips and the board. I don't know what you mean inadequate DAC, because right now I am soldering the connection between the clock pin on the 7-segmented display and the clock pin on the Raspberry Pi. How else? There is no an in-between step. There's no in-between step, there's just a single solder job. I lost control. As your life a mess, your friends despise you. Well, here's one. Your trick is covered by a mom, and sure, number 5 will surprise you. I may have listened a bit much to Stupendium in the past. I wasn't listening. It's just like here. I thought there were wires connecting them. Yeah, the wires I'm soldering. That is what I'm doing. I'm soldering the... Can you share your playlist? It's just all Stupendium songs. That's what I'm listening to. This isn't my playlist even. This is just Stupendium songs on shuffle. Take my furniture. Ah, this is gonna be tricky. Sustainable. Ring, 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 ring. You're kidding, it's for you. Here we go. Yeah. Down, down, down. You need a few partners to jargon. But we'll take your heart for free. In the description there is a link to Stupendium's channel, in case you're not familiar. Screen green, you're gonna need my Cromer key, which is honestly such a line. All of these have such lines, incredible lines in them. Absolutely magnificent. Whoa, this is gonna suck. Oh, this is gonna suck. This is so much worse than what I just did. Oh, this might be the worst, actually. You can't really see it, so hold on. But basically... right here, the yellow one is what I need to solder. The green one on its left is soldered, and the red one on its right is soldered. Which means we have basically like a solid 4mm of tolerance there. Wait. Make this that much easier. Songs are very descriptive. I hope that's a good thing. I don't know, I like Stipendium. I hope that's a good thing. It sounds like a compliment. Oh shit. Whenever I see smoke, that means I'm burning rubber or plastic. Point is... oh, Satisfactory song, that's a good one. Firm factory foundations. Splendor and thought. Yuck. Get in. Get in. Oh, you're joking me. It did stick, but I wouldn't bet $2 on it, honestly. Isn't the smoke normal through soldering? Not really, not in this scenario. In this scenario, this smoke is when I'm touching rubber or plastic. Because there is a lot of rubber and plastic here. Selfish creatures there. Oh, I did just drop something important. Is it cool? Does it even matter? Dip below when we need that matter. Why can you not just push yourself in? Oh, you're melting the rubber. Nobody's ever brought me a pill. You are joking. Why'd you bend that way? Oh, this is pain. Suffering. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. If something works... honestly, you know what? Speaking of, let's test if it works. Because it might not. Okay. Haha, this is gonna be fun. From breaking. The fauna and important when there's more to sell. Heck, even no chains of viewers grind up alien tortoise shells. Suck at small tasks. A small talk. Well, don't think of it as small talk. That's the simple solution. We don't need to talk about the weather. Listen. You're right now in a make it stream, and I have this thing about me where I basically refuse to engage with societal standards out of principle. Do I need to import pin or anything else? Basically, if there is something that society mandates you do, but you just don't want to do at the moment, then just don't do it. I was gonna talk about how it's almost 4 AM for you. Well, if you want to talk about how it's almost 4 AM for me, then do talk about it. But if you feel pressured to, then don't, because there is no pressure. It's fine. If you could die in any way, how would you die? No, I completely missed that question, by the way. If I could die in any way, how would I die? If I could like choose, that what you mean? Because in that case, I imagine, big explosion, probably saving the world. That'll be, yeah, that'll be nice. I'd take that. I'd take that deal. Is that the other Bendy song? I think there are 3 Bendy songs actually. Come on, kids, gather around. It is! Alright, now, how do we do this connection? If I'm not mistaken, it should be 7 sec. I was talking about the question. It's not good. I've heard worse. Okay. 7th segment will be equal to TM 1637, and I'm gonna guess TM 1637. Ah, but what? Is it like I to C, or do you just? CLK will be equal to pin 5. DIO will be equal to pin 4. Do you need anything more? Invalid syntax for number. I'm sorry, what? You want me to just give you a number? Oh, unless I don't think we need to define it as DIO and CLK. Okay, now you're confusing me. What? To me it looks like self CLK DIO. No problem. I know without discs. Pieces of car case. Okay, I'm going to be brutally honest and say that I don't know. I do have a backup Raspberry which has code on it which works, so I really want to eat my mango. I'm hungry. CLK DIO. What is that? Huh? That is the same thing I did. Well, you are pissing me, mate. Yeah, this. You're pissing me, is what you're doing. You're having a piss. And I don't appreciate that. From machine import pin and import TM16. Oh, that's not good. Usually this whole thing happens when there's something wacky going on with Raspberry. Import TM1637 and then TM is equal to TM1637, TM1637, CLK is equal to pin 5, DIO is equal to pin 4. Oh, this time it worked, that's good. Show 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha! There we go. I know it's blinking in the camera, but in real life it's clear. Actually, I left the stream for a hot minute. What happened? Oh, you missed me setting up the counter. Do I want to add in the audio amplifier? Because not gonna lie, it's a pretty good audio amplifier, and I'm worried I might waste it here. I don't know if I want to add the audio amplifier. It's a good audio amplifier. Yeah, I think we might call it that in the timer. So now we're just going to make some code for the timer, which is boot.py. Wait, I just hit me. This is Chucky this. Oh yeah, because the video was also in there, that makes sense. Oh, this is the most recent song, so I won't play it. Slip into the void. Slide into the void, sorry. You hear our words, but you forget. Push your fingers through the surface of the wet. Wait in the stains, build you, nothing remains in the name of the sound of the name. But you forget. Push your fingers through the surface of the wet. Wait in the stains, nothing remains in the name of the sound of the name. Repeat the words, repeat the words, repeat the words. The truth cracks and the truth will emerge. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. You remind us happy. Okay, now TM1637, TM1637, and then we're just gonna copy this. Brilliant. Then we're going to do for, oh yeah, another thing which we will need to import is import time for I in range 5 minutes. Right, how about that? It's going to be a follow-up to the circuit video. It's going to be... This is a warm-up exercise. This is a warm-up exercise to a hacking video. Okay, we're going to have TM show, and then that's the question. Oh, I have this, right, my sample code, which I've made for myself. This is for the that was from the prototype. So now what we're going to have is 2 of these. Both of these will only have a 2, and then this right here will be I divided by 60 math floor. And then, wait, no, I'm an idiot, I did this backwards. Right here, this, but instead of it being floored, we're going to 60, like this, or am I wrong? Could be good, I don't know, let's see. Also, let's not call it boot, just, well, no, we could call it boot, but what's so special about 1637? That's the name of the 7-segment display, TM1637. Just like the name of the screen is SSD 1306. Okay, now the one pickle, which is very important to remember about, something that you wouldn't think of unless you've been in this scenario before. Actually, hold on, let me pop recording. There we go. So something is this is the code, which I'm pretty certain should work. I mean, there isn't much, so there isn't much I could screw up there. But one thing that's really easy to forget about, or not think about, unless you've been in this scenario before, is the fact that this boot file, every single time you power the Raspberry Pi Pico, you're gonna run the boot file first. And if you want to change the boot file later on, well, in order to give the Pico some more information, you do need to power it. But if you power it, you're gonna run the boot file. Which means that if I want to change the code later, I would need to run this, wait 300 seconds, and only then will I be able to edit the Pico. So what we're going to do on the very beginning is, we're going to TM show, actually wait, TM show like this. We're going to show 8888, and we're going to time sleep 3 seconds, and then we're going to basically check if 2 pins are connected. I never remember what was the input code for the pin. Hold on. And the ticking and the ticking and the ticking of the clocks. Print. pin, which pin? 6. Pin 6, pin, and then value. First and the second and the third and the fifth fall, no floor, you fall. It's just plastic. It's a new one. Now let's short pin 6 with ground and see what we get. We still get this, but that's because pin pull up, pull down. Are they even connected? I hope they are. Otherwise, okay. So it's pull up, and then if we drop the pull up, then we get a 0. Okay. So, alright, got it. So in this case, we're going to use pin 6, and then we're only going to run this entire code if pin 6 is not equal to a 0. Because if it is equal to a 0, that means we shorted the pin 6 with ground, and that will enable the development mode, which will allow us to debug this. And with that in mind, let's run the sucker. Okay, it does suck because the all the numbers. Oh no, they are a 0. You just can't see it. Wait, no, never mind. The other numbers are just space, so they're not visible. But there we go. And now the very important thing I just specifically mentioned is, as you can see, this is wrong. That's because it's counting up, not counting down. Simple mistake to make. Mistakes that can be made often. However, if I unplug it, if I plug it back in. Let's say that only now after unplugging I realize, oh no, we've made a mistake. Then what I would do is I would plug it back in order to edit it. And then, it's already running. Oh, you want to add something to the code? Connection has been closed, and it will only be open once this counts up by 300 seconds. Which isn't great, and it is also specifically the reason why, I give myself only 3 seconds, so it's gonna be pretty quick. Yeah, okay. This is precisely why we added the debug option, which is short pin 6. This. There we go, it turns on, and then it's not counting even after 3 seconds, which is correct. So the program is no longer running. However, why did it... Huh. Well, I mean, there we go. Right? Wait. The device was not recognized. Shit! There, it connected. Alright. Well, I don't know what that was about, but you have to trust me then. The point is, it's always very important to give yourself the development mode, because if you forget about development mode, you're gonna struggle. And in this case, obviously, I made a mistake, which is that it shouldn't be 60, it should be 60 minus this. And then it shouldn't be this, it should be 5 minus, right? It should be 5. Can it ever reach 5? If it's 300 divided by 60 floor, that would be 5 minus. That doesn't feel right though. I think it should be... because we cannot floor it this time we need to seal it. Yes, it has to be sealed. We're inverting it. Okay, there we go. And then with that in mind, let us just take this, plug it in, 2, 3, It's counting down. Yeah, that's... And that right there is what we did just as a warm-up in order to work with this. Isn't that fun? It wasn't that a fun warm-up exercise, everyone, huh? Wasn't that just a fun warm-up exercise? Timer. I didn't even add the speakers. It feels like a waste. Okay. Anyway, before we keep going with all the different things we need to do, let me first unplug this. That's a fun little thing I built. I know I'm gonna keep it on my shelf of random bullshit. Before we keep going, first things first, there are a couple of things I would like to do. First of all, this rendered, so I would like to keep going with it. So, hold on, let me just turn the lights and the camera, I won't be wasting any electricity. Oh, and that reminds me. We did well, I wouldn't call it the fun bit yet. It was part of the fun bit. We did part of the fun bit, now it's time to do the work required so that I can pull all these fun bits. Alright. So, I'm back. What is next? What is next in the animation? We'll get to hacking in a second. Yeah, I'm delaying hacking in order to focus on the much more interesting Blender animating. You know, that's what everyone wants to see on an entertaining live stream. But I'm a great content creator. Let me see the script. There's so many videos I'm working on, it's exhausting. Even I'm exhausted, that's how many I'm working on. Like, I have tolerance, and even I'm exhausted. Okay, in this case what we would like is, right here, we would like to have a... This is going to be slightly tricky, but we would like to have a cube. And we'd like to realize it. Actually don't know if it's gonna work that well, but let's try it. Says material. The material is going to be conv. This train terminates here. Instead, Charlie, your timetable says it's almost time for tea, Charlie. And we've laid on quite a sprint, as you can see, Charlie. As for flesh on which to feed, Charlie, will you promise to eat them instead of me? Train coming after you, food chain. Stipendium is phenomenal. Also, Dumbledore, if I'm not mistaken, in this song. And then X into a color ramp, for the sake of simplicity, and plug it into color. Now, the coordinates here could be completely messed up, but they don't appear to be completely messed up, only slightly messed up, which is progress. That is something. That is certainly progress. Okay. Rest employed. Oh, I have been suffering from workaholism for a huge portion of my life, and this song just hits the groove perfectly. 1,600 people die every day on Earth. And if that's not a reason to cry, well, it's an awful lot of paperwork. It's your first day at work. Have you settled in, shaken off the rigmarole, sorted out your pencil tin? Right here we'd like to actually modify it so slightly, because this will look roughly fine-ish, but... There's nothing so pretend, we're just trimming off the surplus. It isn't murder the causal accident, we prefer to word it as a modern village management. But millions of applicants dying for some competent temporal entanglements. But to die, you need not apply, we'll find you. I don't like how boring it is, I'm just adding a... So I'm effectively just adding a square, and that's just really boring. I would much rather have it be at least a tad more interesting. Okay, first things first, this is going to be simple, but it will do still something. Which is, we can take this mesh, we can increase the depth like crazy, and then we can boolean. Mesh boolean. Like this. Then... I don't ever remember which is which. Difference. Okay, so backwards. Feel. Yeah. Now this is like slides onto it, which is a tad nicer. Of course you will hold the lifeline and behave, you'll be finding that line. Humanity's in balance and that balance has to be placed. The numbers... Oh, this is gonna be actually quite tricky as an animation, all things considered. So I guess you better so practice nothing but that. So you get better. So I guess you better. The light in the tunnel has been privatized. Roads were so behind the tunnel. I don't hate this. Yeah, it's not great, but yeah, whatever. At least it's not completely just boring color gradient. Die, but to die, not apply, we'll find you. But now another thing we'll need to do. Yes, because I was actually recording most of these most of these streams that we done working on the timer. And that's because on this channel I want to upload these sorts of things, you know, just me building silly things and such. I'm also gonna do it for the main channel, obviously, but on the main channel we focus more on explanations with animations and such. Do you think that the world could ever be fixed? Is America buried? It never exists. Were you hoping your life of heavenly bliss? When you stepped out of vault number 76, feels like you waited forever for this. Okay. No, not the fire. That's different. That's a different video. What I meant is what? Oh jeez, where's my entire thing? Mess. I need to set up myself a server because this is ridiculous. I have so much footage. So much. It's taking up space for everything else. Timer. So the videos will explain the stuff and the streams will apply those stuff. Well, it's like... Hold on. Well, the live streams, I will be making things, practical things. Then on this channel, the Make It Research channel, I will be uploading videos of like the highlights, effectively, of the live streams. And then on the main channel, I will be talking about the theory behind the things I make. Because the thing is, the main channel is obviously way more theory-oriented than this one. Or than even I am in general. If you think about it, I only talk about quantum mechanics, abstract chemistry, you know, things like those. So it's really not as if... should I put this? For example, what I'm going to do right now, after the timer was, as I mentioned, a warm-up exercise. I'm going to build a hacking device for... it sounds way more fun than actually... Well, it will be pretty fun, but it sounds way more advanced than actually. It's going to be a simple hacking device for cracking RFID cards, simple cards. And that's something I just want to do, because it's fun. However, if I actually made a video of me making the device, on the main channel, no one would care, because on the main channel it's all a lot more about the theory. So what I'll do instead is I'm going to make it here on streams. Then on this channel I'm going to make a video of me making the device, and on the main channel I'll be talking about the theory behind RFID cards, how they work, what's the physics behind it, how they can be encrypted, which is honestly a pretty interesting question in my opinion. Them being encrypted is it's truly fun. Okay, in this case, however, let's first add all of the recordings of me making the timer. I think these are all the recordings? I have no idea. Going to focus. Oh, that's 20 gigabytes of footage! Just for a silly timer! No! Why so much? Why 20 gigabytes? Okay. I built the entire thing in 3.5 hours. That's a lot of time for something this simple. Okay, oh well. Hold on, let's see. Okay, and so we're back once again. We already figured out how to deal with this. Wait, back once again. There is more? No, what do you mean there's more? How could there be more? Start. How could there be more? No. Saying we're back implies... No, that is the first. Wait, what? Oh, piss off. Don't control me like that. And there we go, we are back. And so this right here is what the timer will... Why is the first... The timer. We're going to... This is the actual first recording. Why is the first recording the last... Not the last recording, but like a random recording. When are you from, buddy? 23. 23? Oh wait, that's the same day. That's just 6 hours later. Okay. For a second I got worried that it took me a week to make this. No, it did take me 2 days. I mean, it took me 3 hours over 3 days because I was just procrastinating apparently. I'm certain you're all wondering what we're gonna do today. And you see, today I am bored. So what we're going to do is, we are going to simply build a timer. We're going to build a simple timer with a lovely 7-segment display as a countdown, and then it's going to count down, and then once it counts down... This is so boring. Well, most likely just activate something. Also, I'm probably going to use this modifier. Oh yeah, I was checking up on my parts, and I realized I have basically duplicates. Okay. Every single thing required in order to make this counter. I am doubting my choices. I feel like I should leave this for after the stream, because that could be way too boring for this. Fine, you know what, we're gonna make the next animation for this, because that will require a bit of setup, and then we're gonna get to the hacking bit. Ooh, isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? As it should be. It's not. Me editing a video, you're saying that's not boring? Or not interesting? It's not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a shaken stand, I don't know what exactly I said. Can you hack my heart? Oh, you flirt. I would need a chainsaw. Hack does have two meanings. Okay. in that case, let's just leave this. Let's leave that be. It's not that boring. Oh, I see. So it still is boring. It's just not crazy boring. Well, I would rather keep this more interesting. So, what we're going to do is we're going to unpack all of the things I have. Okay, hold on. This one. We're going to do a bit of unboxing. Your big Lost of humanity. See. Mutations are past belief. Okay. Can we zoom out a bit, or is this are we already at the limit? There we go. So the timer is in fact finished, which means we might as well move on. And what better way to move on? Actually, hold on. You know, I should record this for a video. Because this is gonna be... You know what? Doug, would you like to say hi for the video? You're the only one watching right now, so normally I wouldn't. That is not something I normally do. Normally I don't include people who specifically ask me to be in the video because it bothers me. No one was gonna tell me what to do. But since you are right now the only one watching the live stream, do you want to be in the video? Quick answer, yes or no. Before I change my mind. I can't say hello YouTube, come on. Alright, there. I'm saving the screenshot of what you just said. You're gonna be in the video. Congratulations. Now, okay, now I'm gonna just record the context for what we just did, and then we're gonna do the opening of the different packages I have. Alright, so basically the timer is as ready as it would be. I could also add the audio amplifier, I could also add the speaker, but there's no point because this was meant to be a warm-up exercise and the parts already arrived. So first things first, this right here, which is basically like a dev board of RFID RC522, I already had. I bought it months ago, if not years, so this was just laying around. And this was honestly kind of a sort of a motivation for the entire thing. But I ordered more things, because of course I did. We needed more things. And here they all are. So, let's see what make it ordered. 1, 2, 3, 4 different SD card readers. Why 4 of them? Well, wait, no, those are not 4 SD card readers. These 2 are SD card readers, which I always order 2 because you need one for development, one for the prototype. And the reason why we need them is because I would like to save the signal. If we crack an RFID card, I would like to save the results for future consumption. This right here is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is... Okay, it doesn't say what it is, but I'm guessing this is an RF transmitter. Long range. Not gonna lie, I mostly bought this one because if I bought it, I got a free delivery, so that's the reason. And then, importantly, this one, which is actually crucial, which is, if I haven't torn it that way, would be much easier to explain. This right here, which is the same exact board, the only difference being that this one is fresh, and it also comes with, also got some tags for us to play with. Also it comes with a tag and it comes with an RFID card, which is great, because that's what we're going to be hacking. Oh, I also got antennas. That's probably for the radio transmitters. I'm gonna throw them into the drawer as well. But for now, the main things would be those tags. And the reason why I got the tags is because they're reprogrammable as many times as we want. So what we will attempt to do is we'll attempt to write to a tag, and then we'll try to read it back. And that's kind of it. I also got a card, so we can do the same thing with a card. And then that's the first package, because I obviously ordered more. I also have a second package right here, because, well, this is the second package. There's actually yet another one incoming, so there is so much more where this came from. Because apparently there are a lot of things you need in order to build that kind of cracker. Are they for, since the unapplied SD cards now is storing photos? No, the SD cards work just like any storage device. They work like any pen drive, any hard drive, anything. So for example, on my mask, which, let me actually frame real quick. For example, on my mask, on one side I have a Raspberry Pi 0, on the other side I have Raspberry Pi 5, and both of them have their own SD card. Right here, you can see it easier on the Pi 0. This right here is an SD card, which stores the operating system in this case. They can store anything you want. You're actually gonna be hacking something. I honestly thought that was a joke. Well, I mean, I don't want to say hacking because I've seen actual hackers at work and what they do is incredible. In my case, I'm just going to be doing a simple device to duplicate an RFID card, and that's it. A single one. Okay, what else did we even get? Because there's so much. I got USB to UART oh my goodness, this is incredible. This is a USB-C to a UART converter, which I desperately needed for a really long time. It's brilliant. I love UART as a standard. I use I2C most often, SPI as well, but UART as a standard I adore, and I've been such pain for such a long time that I wasn't able to actually utilize UART like a normal person. So a USB-C to a UART converter would be brilliant. This right here appears to be I think USB to TTL. Oh, so yeah, it's also kind of similar, but this is a different kind of USB. Not quite as excited for this one. This right here is these two are brilliant as well. These two have USB-C on one end and pins on the other, and that's because they are charging circuits for 18650s. That's what they are. Which means we'll be able to plug in 18650 into our circuit and we'll be able to charge them as well with these modules. So that is also for the project. Then I got myself just this, which was sold as a power bank kit, but in reality it's just there because I needed a case for the 18650s so I can actually add them into the project. So yeah. So that's it. that was the unboxing. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out how these work, which hopefully won't be too exhausting. That is hopefully. They look different. They are made from different components, but it's the same exact board. The one on the right chip, I trust the one on the right less for some reason. I don't know why. I haven't tried either of them, but the one on the right I trust less. So we're gonna use the one on the right for development. We're gonna use the dark blue one for prototyping. We're gonna use this one for development. So most of these will be important. I got a lot of them. Why did I get free delivery? Right. If you order enough, you get the free delivery. That's why I got free. Oh, there's one thing I missed, which appears to be just a miniaturized USB-C charging circuit, or USB-C powering circuit rather, actually. That's miniaturized, so it's neat. I like it. Okay then, what we need to do right now is we need to plug the soldering iron into power. And we need to solder the pins. We need to solder the pins. Circuits. And then once they are soldered, we'll be able to plug in our Raspberry Pi Pico and try this sucker out. And hopefully everything will go well. I am really, really hungry right now. Like really, really hungry. And I just have this perfectly fine mango on my desk that I would really like to eat. But I can't do it on stream because I have manners, you know? I'm not gonna just be chewing on stream. Disgusting. So I'm just throwing it around. It's a good looking mango. And it's delicious, I imagine. Mangoes are brilliant. In the meantime, as our soldering iron is heating up, you ate a horseradish sandwich playing Minecraft some time ago. I was sick, inadequate duck. Alright? And yes, that is what I do. When I'm sick, I eat horseradish sandwiches because they help you clear your nose and you just feel better. Spicy food is what I eat when I'm sick. Like, and when I say spicy, I don't mean with spice. I mean like, for the sake of spiciness. So yes, a horseradish sandwich. Also, I shouldn't call it a horseradish sandwich. It was just a small piece of bread with a shit ton of horseradish on it. What do I need right now? Oh yeah, we need the text that we had, which is this. We need to duplicate it, and we need to create new geometry nodes. And this time, we're going to have... Oh, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be really tricky, because this time we'd basically have the... I'm trying to think of a best way to represent it and how to implement that way, because ideally what I imagine, in order to have this be as accurate of a representation as possible, we would like to have these binary numbers flow in, arrange themselves into a line, and then once the line is full, we would like them all to carry on right here. And then from this point on, this should emit waves. Oh, this is a really elaborate animation. Let me have a think about how to do it. Alright, one thing at a time. We're going to delete everything. Because this will be... Well, this will require just a lot. And first, let's focus on the text. For the text, we're going to do... You know what? I'm actually going to stop. I'm actually going to unplug the soldering iron and we're going to plug it in again later because this might take like solid 10 minutes. Playing all the bodies, so let's get down to the lobby and get ourselves a drink. Or treat, sorry. Oops. I misremembered the lyrics of the song. Enforcing. That's also Trocheatus. Main. Data stream. Oh, my old favorite. Okay, we're going to have string to curve, like so. And then first of all, what's going to be the string? Well, the string is going to be random value, random boolean, and then switch. There we go. Then this gives us string to curve, then fill curve, extrude mesh, and plug this in. There we go. Now as we keep adding them, there's just gonna be a whole bunch of them overlapping, which is not what we want. So first things first, let's lower the size, like so. I think centering it wouldn't be a terrible idea, and then we can... Ah, shucks. I think there's a better way for us to do it, because if we take this, now that I think about it, this might be a better way to do it. If we take these two, okay, and then if we do, instead of a repeat node, if we do a mesh line, and then instance on points. Random value boolean. So first of all, if we do 1 and if we do 0. 0? Okay, so right here we have just a whole bunch of zeros. We don't want it to go this way, we want it to go this way. Yes. But now if we do selection, and then if we do boolean muff, not like this. Ah. Oh, because we don't have it plugged in. Okay, I was wondering why it didn't work. There we go. Oh, I'm so smart and handsome, honestly. Yes, this is good. And then... Oh, this is brilliant, actually. It's not just good. Okay. Now, I think we would much rather... I wonder if there's a more efficient way to do this. This is not bad. Could I just... I'd like a switch, but the problem is that we need... Go straight from ahead. Your pocket complain if you want. You're still making deposits of data each day. You log on as a profit society, currently less electronic. So isn't conducting resistance ironic with plenty of skeletons locked in our closet, but yours are exempted from cost of hydraulics, so lucky you know just the pieces you need. If we set position, and if we take the index, and if we plug it in like so, it works, that's good. So the index does stay with the points. Okay. Scale instances. See, now that's curious. Oh, yes. No, that's bad. No, that's bad. No, because it's ordering them. No! You were so close. Which means what we do need to do is we need to do it beforehand. We do need to do it beforehand. And then we need to just use this scale if we want to scale them. Okay, not terrible, could be worse, because now if we do the same exact thing, we keep the order, right? And now we do the scale, keep the order as well, okay. Could be worse, so far it's not bad. Now, what we would like for them to happen is, we're gonna create a value. And then based on that value, we want it to go over this line, which we're going to make a new full table. You scroll to the end just to get to accept a second to know your location. Okay. Object info, and then we're going to have cable. There we go. Then we want them to sample, right? Sample curve, and then set position to position. Good start, yes. This really works. We could also up the ante here a bit. Bilateral reference. Basically, like this. Okay, a bit high, gotcha. I mean, this is already not bad, because then all we need to do effectively is just math, divide by 20, add the clump. There we go, fixed. You catchy hooks. Then color ramp, and then we take the same exact value. 0.1, 0.1, not 0.1, 0.9. Jobs online. These honestly is depending bangers. Now what we do is we take this and math. If it's greater than 1 or less than 0, in which case we just add them. Then we do or not bad. Then we can .3 or 0.5 even. .5. Again, rot. Actually, not that far, because oh damn it, this will require me to change everything. No it won't, no it won't, if I'm smart about this. Yes, that's because all we need to do effectively, change is this. Yes. Right, and then we want. Oh, damn it, this is rough. We want it to basically turn into a wave. So in order to make a wave, we're going to start a mesh line. Then we're going to have to curve like this, and then we're going to have curve to mesh, which is completely reasonable. I'm turning mesh into a curve and curve into a mesh. Shut up. Trust me, it makes sense. Oh, I don't know the lyrics of Zero Cypher, so no. Oh. Crypto resin or bye bye continue, keep quiet, keep clean. You just don't forget when the rain is due. Expect all of them to bye bye then see loops, keep quiet, keep clean, keep telling the truth. Then we would like offset, but minus on the Y. Actually no, because we're gonna set position anyway, so what's the point? And then combine XYZ. Wait, no. Wow, this is gonna be tricky! Because basically, now what we want is, let's have a value, something like index. Okay, then math. Divide by 30. Half an hour is the position. Okay. Then let's just say that if this value is between 0 and 1, we would like it to go right here. If it's between, no wait, not 0 1, let's say it's between 0 and 75, we'd like it to be right here. If it's between 0 and 25, we'd like it to go right here. Yes. Once again, we could do the trick with curves, but well, we could actually, now I think about it, yeah, we could. But that would require me to add another curve, which isn't much, but this feels a lot more elegant, alright? So get on my back. So in this case, color ramp, and this is what we'll have. For one following, I'm not recalling your paranoia is awfully boring, call me to all your friends that talk to me. And then this right here, and then mix vector. No, oh shit, this is gonna be rough. God. We'll have. Wait, color ramp. Wasn't it color ramp? Wasn't that linear? Yeah, we'd rather have it be linear. Right here. And then right here we'd like to have additional 2 mixes. What do you mean that's not yours? If you would now and look up in the drawers, have to report it. I regret, but of course I could forget. Ah no, because this is going up. No, this is good, never mind. I know that's liable. There, this and this. And this should give us into set position like this. Yeah, then. Huh? Why is this? That's not good. Never mind, it's fine. Okay, we got the shape we wanted. Yes, that's correct. And I'm guessing that's because this one is constant. If I had it be east, it would be, yeah, okay, it is. Bombs right down your scalp. We know who you're talking to here. Then, what we could do is have the same exact thing. Muff. Oh yeah, but right here we need to add. I'm such an idiot. We need to add a value. Like this. This is correct. I don't want the waves to be constant though. Oh, I don't know which of the two values actually I should. I think this one. I should plug in right here to multiply and then plug into a sign. And then this, we want to vector math add to both of these separately, but crucially, we want to multiply them by a different thing. So we take the sign and we multiply them by a different directional vector. Right here it will be 1. Oh fuck, I'm good. Or am I? Because that looks a bit rough. Divide by 20. Word and two, if you like more fair, stylish head, where have we got the game for you? Simulator. Let's divide it by 100 and let's give it like a length of 400. Ah, shucks, this one, right? Yeah. And then all we need to do is just move it ever so slightly higher up. I mean, look at this! This is brilliant! I have the intelligence. I'm not cheating, you ignorant swine. I see things sneakers right into your spine. Oh, beautiful. Yes, and then what we want to do is set material white to all of it, store named attributes. We're gonna have to do brightness separately, but it's fine. Let's be at least kind of reasonable here. Brightness of 5, and then equal is green. Time shed where we'll have we got the game for you. Well, there isn't any greater military simulator. Fighting all day to find out who's the most fashionable faction in DFT. Engineers in the field, farm boy child, I could only yield. I've got cranium laced with uranium, this paints you phone to the weapons I wield. I'm hostile, cause I'm 100 degrees, so be born with blood against the unseen. I'm more qualified than leaving nullified. 1-6. There we go. It took a bit longer than I expected, but that's pretty clear as far as things go. And in this case, what we would like from... this is a pure V. We don't want it to be a pure V of anything. We want it to be... It's actually... A pure V only appears to have one material, which is at least that good. Because then what we can do is we can just... On the texture coordinates, separate off this, then on the... I think it's gonna be Z, actually. We can color ramp it. Like so. Oh my, I'm correct. I've seen that coming. And then all we need to do is multiply it by a higher value. So right here, mix color. But when there's got to browse instead. Push the card, what matters the noble art of dressing heads in dandy fancy mirrors, you were blown apart. Actually no. It being brighter is kind of dumb. I mean, it should be brighter, but it should only be brighter once it starts working, right? So right here to 50. And then right here we're going to have 10 again. But it's going to 10 from 50. No, the breaking point of reason where logic is dethroned. The ribbon, right? That's the name of the song? Yes, it is the ribbon. My goodness gracious me, Scully was phenomenal. And then you are dependent on the attributes, because right here at least remembered to not be an idiot. And in this case, we want the brightness to go from a 2 to a 5. 5, and then let's go to 1. Oh, and right here we want the audio. Once again, start playing once the waves make it way. Make their way? Jeez, what's wrong with me? Having a stroke. I have to say, I've made worse animations in the past. Right? I hope. I'm actually no, I don't. I shouldn't hope. I mean, you know what? Shut up. Shut up, everyone. Damn it! You are unbelievable. How did I not notice this? Alright, fine. Render, do the thing. Now, finally, That was the brief 10 minutes I mentioned. Been spent. Now we can get back to hacking. That's a pretty neat card. I was thinking about making my remaking my apartment a bit. Shut up everyone. Make it just to one live viewer. To actually, whoa! Duck, you just got owned! I've been thinking about remaking my doors to my apartment. Well, not remaking them, only adding an attachment, where basically, instead of carrying a key, I would just be able to carry a tag or a card. There isn't really much of a reason for it, it would be just a fun way to work on something mechanical. I don't really often get a chance. A chance to work on mechanical things. So I gotta take a chance again. You mean like a keycard? Yeah, because that is what it is. RFID stands for radio... Wait, is it radio frequency? I don't know if I'm just having a jamais vu, or if RF doesn't stand for radio frequency. It should stand for radio frequency identification. RFID. Does RF... Hold on, did I just... Radio frequency. Okay, thank goodness. I genuinely just, as kids these days would say, gaslighted myself into thinking that RF stands for something different than radio frequency. Okay. Well, let's get to it then. First things first, we need something to prop it up. Too big. Okay. Fun fact about the chip that I am using, it works with I2C, SPI and UART, but on the dev board I'm using, there is no UART available. It's just more reason to get into PCB design, just in order to design my own board, which will have UART. For absolutely no reason. Okay, are you straight? Not nearly. Okay, hold on. I need to focus on this actually. There we go. Brilliant. I wouldn't recommend using RFID as a kid in any place you actually want to secure. RFID is using a community using it today if someone determined enough. Have you heard of MIFARE or MIFARE? Because that is basically encryption for RFID. There's the classic, which apparently can be easily cracked, but the not so classic one is quite difficult. Which is precisely why this project is gonna be so fun. That's because this card is just a standard RFID. And yeah, this is what we're going to use in order to test our reader. But I also ordered, in the next package, I ordered RFID cards, which are single-time programmable and have MIFARE, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, which means that we will not only be reading and writing them, we'll actually try to crack the encryption. That's why this is not mere electronics project, this will actually be kind of hacking. Oh, I'm pretty certain this is the We Told You So song. Alright, we gotta go see it. Alright, see ya, Narkodak! Have a good one. about to start a fire. Oh, incredible soldering wick. Would recommend. Helps so much. But I knew I was right all along. Poseidon collapsed. Wow, tell me that. Who's laughing now? I honestly didn't plan anything for this stream with this ship, so it's gonna be an adventure for all of us. I mean, okay, I do have a bit higher. I do have this, which is how we're gonna test it. I do have the card and tags, so. Come on. Work with me here, buddy. So that you... So... Left 4 Dead reference. I love Stipendium. Okay. It does really feel like that pin is soldered a lot well. Oh, this one is much easier. What is going on? Now you're kicking. Alright, here we go. Don't rest. Not. It's gonna burn my mat. I've never been to one of your streams. I just finished watching the Making Atoms More Complicated video and decided to look at your other channels. Well, normally I used to stream on the main channel, but very recently I've decided to divide them up among the channels based on the topic of the live stream. This is the tech, well, research channel. This is more of a research channel, tech channel. Which is why right here I just do kind of science more raw. I don't know what to call it exactly. Normally, before we got to solder this, I was actually working on another video, this animation right here, which is rendering the background. Because I'm not wasting time! I don't like wasting time, so I always need to be multitasking as much as possible. Okay, we can unplug the soldering iron now, because we won't need it anymore. That's because everything else from now on will be just related to this. Let me actually reverse it, because it's weird with turning my way. That's not a Stipendium song. Stipendium guest song. And I don't know Stipendium guest songs, I only know Stipendium songs. Alright, 3v3 volts. Very crucial then that we give it 3v3 and not 5 on from a V-bus. By now I really should have the pinout memorized. But I don't, which I think is hilarious. Okay, where's the free pen? This is the 5th one. Okay, gotcha. Which means that right here, it's getting so dirty so quick. Or maybe it's my table that's really dirty. Could be the one. Fire V-bus versus ground 3v and out. There we go, that's the 3v3. Then we have RST, not quite sure what that is, we'll check that in a second. Then we have the ground, ground is easy. Okay, now let's bring it closer, because I don't love the idea of cutting wires this large. That's fair. You know, I'm curious considering your current videos. Do you have higher education, degree in anything? Right now I'm on my final year to my computer engineering degree. That's curious. I personally do not have a degree, believe it or not. Nor have I gone. I'm a generalist, unfortunately. I could never be bothered to actually pick my favorite field, hence why I do chemistry, hence why I do computer science, hence why I do electronics, hence why I do physics, from quantum to whatever. And as such, unfortunately, university has never been for me because they've never offered anything that encapsulates everything, which I understand. I totally understand that. I totally understand why they wouldn't, because it would be quite a weird curriculum, wouldn't it? Okay, we definitely have the SCK Morsi Miso SPI, which is what we're going to be using then. But IRQ and RST, that I would like to get some more info on. So, RC522 date sheets is going to give us the chip, not the board. But at the same time, it's as good as it's gonna get. Development kit, wait, what now? Oh, that is not quite a date sheet. You know what? I'm not gonna look at gift codes in the mouth. Fine. I don't want to know the wiring. I want to know what they do. You can always go for this one. But this one, there's the chip. IRQ23. I'm going to guess that there's something like a measure. But once again, you could send that over SPI, couldn't you? IRQ is right here. RST or PST? No, RST. My eyesight is terrible. It could be either IST or it could be either PST or a burned IST. First of all, IRQ in 23. Interrupt request output in case an interrupt event. Well, that's gonna be fun. Actually, you know what? Let's first start with something a tad easier. RC522 MicroPython library. That's because there's always going to be a driver on GitHub for MicroPython. So, let's use it. Oh, don't call it copy. It's miso. That's you're gonna confuse me. I'm easily confused. All right. So let us begin. Although we do need to. It's kind of dumb because I only plugged in 2 things. I plugged into power, but at least it's powered. Hey, at least we know something now. At least it is in fact powered. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file. Hold on. I love open source things. Isn't it crazy that open source even exists as a concept? That we just have open source code people make. It feels too convenient to be true. MFRC522. Alright, now. Now. Example usage. Soft SPI? I've never used soft SPI. It's curious. Wait, why software SPI? We have hardware SPI. We can use hardware SPI. That's fine. We have that. We have a microcontroller that's capable of it. From machine import pin and then SPI, I'm going to guess is also a thing. And then from MFRC522 import MFRC522. Oh, that worked, that's good. And then what we need is we need to form an SPI connection. Gotcha. So, where is the... Aha, there we go. It's going to be fun. I think we might once again need to use just large cables because far away, large red cables to make it as confusing as possible for ourselves. SPI RX, that would be receiving if I'm not mistaken, that's the pin 0. I don't like using pin 0 because, well, pin 0 and 1 are the only ones with UART 0 on them, but screw it. Receive, that's gonna be master in. Receiving, yes, okay, then next is chip select, which there's no chip select. It's fine. Then we have the clock. And the clock on pin after ground. And clock is gonna go into the clock, that's easy. Oh, it just hit me, there's SCK, but then SDA as well. Oh yeah, right, because the chip, oh yeah, because chip handles I2C and SPI, and on this dev board we can also do SPI and I2C, but the driver works with SPI, so we're gonna do it with SPI, or at least just by looking. Maybe there is something also for I2C. Then after that we have TX, RX. Okay, so TX is next after the clock, so right here. That should be MOSI. Slide your pennies in the vending machine of love. There, that should be it. So now we should just be able to, if I am not mistaken, we should be able to SCK is equal to pin okay, cheat sheet real quick, make it on the side. Clock pin 3 0 1 2. Okay. And then pin out. We don't need a software SPI, so we could just look up how to do micro Python SPI. If there is like a different method for software SPI and hardware SPI. Because if there is a different method for hardware SPI, then we don't want to. Oh, we can just literally do SPI is equal to SPI. SPI is equal to SPI 0, and then do I even? Oh, I don't even need to give the baud rate. How convenient! I mean, yeah, that makes sense. There we go, brilliant. Now I really hope that the reader doesn't need software SPI and it can actually function with... Oh, you still need the SDA pin. Why? Why do you still need the SDA pin? Oh, why do you still need the SDA pin? It's fine because the pin 6 can work as SDA. So it's fine. 0, 1, ground 2, 3, 4. Wait. Yeah, GP4, okay. I really hope this is gonna work. I mean, obviously, duh. Why would I work for it to fail? Shut up. Beautiful. Okay. Now SPI and pin 4. Pin out. It didn't fail yet. And then, oh goodness, okay. Actually, we should probably then do the example. Read.py, and then I'm just going to copy the sample code. But what we're going to do is we're going to change this because SPI is just 0. Also, right here, you can just do this. Then SDA is 4. Let's try it. Place the card. Okay. We're thrilled to find out if that would be too easy, wouldn't it? That would have been just too easy. What about you? Can you detect? Damn it! It would have been too easy and too convenient. If the status of the reader is okay. Okay, you know what? We can tweak the code a bit, ever so slightly. Because I couldn't help but notice that... Oh, you're joking me. There's a keyboard interrupt, right? Ah, damn it. So, a couple things there. First of all, right there we have if status reader okay. What we could do is if it's not, print reader is not okay. Run the sucker! Let's see! No, reader is not okay! No! No! That's so sad. Oh, damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it. Now, could that be? Ah, this sucks. Because now I need to figure out what went wrong. You know what, everyone? What time is it? Let me see. Oh, okay. The shop's opened. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go to the shops, buy myself something to eat. And when I'm back, I'm just going to continue on working. So far, we did something. I mean, you know, we've started. We finished the timer. We worked on the video, so it was a productive live stream. And for now, that'll be it. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Bye.